What up, Dink Doink Telegram?
So instead of Logan paying back the victims of CryptoZoo, and yes, he's called them victims himself, he's going to sue CoffeeZilla. Yeah, he's going to spend a ton of money on 4 different lawyers to sue him on defamation. You might be wondering, how did we get to this point? Because, you know, like, yeah, first he made a video criticizing CoffeeZilla, attacking his character and everything once he exposed him for the whole CryptoZoo situation.
CoffeeZilla. I watched her 3-part series called Investigating Logan Paul's Biggest Scam, and like many on this platform, you have successfully used my name for views and money. While your work used to be impartial, your addiction to clicks has clouded your judgment, and you've made very real errors with very real repercussions. Coffee, you took a shot at my reputation, so in this video today, I'm going to be defending myself with facts, something that you have gotten in the habit of twisting as you continue to morph from an investigator to a gossip channel. You see, CoffeeZilla tried to work with law enforcement in the past, but his work was described as not anchored to truth and often speculative. He is a lopsided journalist with an agenda, and he's nothing more than the Keemstar of crypto and finance.
But then he made a second video where he apologized and said that he was a great investigator and an honest journalist.
CoffeeZilla is not a criminal. I called him, I apologized. My initial response to his series was that of fire, an ego flare, whatever it is, pride. I'm a fighter at heart, and I was defensive because I know I never scammed anyone with this project. I never made any money, never sold any tokens, and I only had the best intentions going in. But the fact is that suing CoffeeZilla is not going to help CryptoZoo holders, so I do need to focus my attention where it should be, which is on fans and supporters of me. You guys mean the world to me, so I'd like to announce my 3-step plan moving forward.
So how do we get to the point where he was thanking CoffeeZilla for exposing the situation to now suing him for defamation? Well, it's actually pretty obvious. It turns out it's because another one of Logan's projects, one of the companies that he's associated with pretty heavily, Liquid Marketplace, is under a scandal. I mean, I guess we should all be expecting this at this point, just because of how many times Logan has been involved in a shady company or a shady deal. But yep, there's some stuff going on with Liquid Marketplace, and it's the OSC in Canada, Ontario Securities Commission. I think that's how you say Ontario, right? Ontario. Anyway, they're basically claiming that they're doing some fraudulent activity. This says, leaders of Logan Paul founded NFT marketplace allegedly used $3 million from investors for personal enrichment. The Ontario Securities Commission, OSC, is alleging that Toronto's Liquid Marketplace, which was co-founded by YouTuber Logan Paul and facilitates the digital buying and selling of fractional ownership stakes in trading cards and other collectibles, is a multi-layered fraud. So yeah, another fraud from Logan Paul, or a business that he's associated with. And so basically, CoffeeZilla was planning to make a video about Liquid Marketplace, and he contacted Logan Paul and was like, hey, in 24 hours, I'm gonna release this, so it would be great if you could give me a statement. You know, that's the timer though. Can't wait any longer. And then just before that deadline ended, Logan Paul sent them a cease and desist because he was going to sue him for defamation, which I don't think he's going to win, but it's not about winning. It's about trying to get CoffeeZilla to be quiet. You know, that's pretty much what it's about. Before, he was thanking CoffeeZilla for his excellent journalism. And another reason why I don't think that it's going to hold up in court at all is because of this clip of him basically ruining his whole case by acknowledging that CoffeeZilla is a stand-up guy. Just look at this.
Journalist, YouTuber, crypto uncoverer guy named CoffeeZilla, who's incredible, by the way. A very thorough, good-hearted, smart guy, did a deep dive into this project that I attempted to make called CryptoZoo.
That's right, it's Logan Paul. He's the biggest enemy of Logan Paul's defamation case. Who knew? Because defamation requires actual malice and a reckless disregard for the truth. But he just admitted on camera that I am thorough and good-hearted. Maybe that's why he wanted to remove that video from the internet, according to the YouTuber who released it.
The only issue that was ever communicated was remove this crypto stuff, remove this CryptoZoo stuff. If CryptoZoo is in there, if CoffeeZilla is in there, I'm not going to promote it.
Yeah, Remove that CryptoZoo stuff, that CoffeeZilla stuff. Doesn't look good when you compliment the guy you're trying to sue. Maybe that's why Logan isn't even suing me for my original investigation at all, despite most of this lawsuit being a ridiculous fanfic about how I took Logan out of context, that Logan was a victim, that I withheld text messages. Logan isn't suing me for any of the original investigation, though, because he knows he can't. Instead, at the end of the lawsuit, we find what my defamation really is. I'm being sued for 2 videos and 1 tweet where I advocated for refunds. For the victims. Yes, you heard me right.
So yeah, I don't think that Logan Paul actually really cares about the victims or his fans, which were the victims. They were his fans mostly, who got scammed by, Logan Paul would say, the people he was working with. But you want to know what's weird about that is you hired them. So I mean, you want to take some accountability? I think you need to take some accountability instead of trying to push it all onto CoffeeZilla. Be like, oh, he's the bad guy. Let me sue him. Let me use a bunch of money to sue him instead of fully refunding all the people that I basically set up a company that with criminals who stole all the money. I'm so sorry about that, but it wasn't my fault. I got scammed too, guys. Now, let's forget about that and just attack CoffeeZilla for a minute. Like, well, what? That doesn't make any sense. And if you guys don't know what Liquid Marketplace is, it was this thing where you started where you could buy like partial shares into different NFTs or collectible items that became NFTs, which it sounds like the stupidest thing in the world. Why would you partially buy an NFT to co-own it? That is the craziest thing. You never get to touch it or hold it, the actual card, like the big Pokemon card that he had. It was extremely rare. It's like, why would you even want to do that at the point to where you can't take it home with you? The only thing you can see is it on a digital screen. You're like, hey, I own 15% of this card. It's like, good for you, buddy. Who cares? I can go onto the Google or screenshot it, and then I can put it in a picture frame and have it more in my house than you do. I think that's just the stupidest thing. But it was made during like the whole NFT craze that people were going crazy for some reason. But Logan Paul's not afraid to venture into these organizations that potentially could be shady as long as there's a big deal in there for getting rich fast. Even though he is already rich, he just wants more and more money, I guess. There's just no bottom line to it, which is really sad because, I mean, he's talented in WWE and he was recovering his reputation until the whole CryptoZoo thing after the whole forest incident that happened a while back. And he just tanked that whole thing he had going for himself. And now he's super hated online again. And then he was kind of building it back up after CryptoZoo, just a tiny bit, because he said he was paying back the victims, but still was trying to wiggle his way out of it to pay the minimum amount that he possibly could, even though he has millions of dollars and he could easily refund the victims. But he just didn't want to, of course, because he wants to keep as much money as he possibly can. But then he's now decided to sue CoffeeZilla, which definitely has tanked his reputation back to the bottom where it came from CryptoZoo. But he's only doing it to get him to stop talking about Liquid Marketplace, which is going to be another big scandal involving something branded with Logan Paul. It's kind of ridiculous, honestly. Like, how many companies are going to become known as frauds and scams that are connected to Logan Paul's name and brand? At this point, I would hope that people will not trust anything associated with Logan. I mean, I would hope, but there's definitely going to be people that just go for it anyway. And another crazy thing to me is CryptoZoo's not even the first crypto scam that he's been involved in. There was also 2 more, I think, but I can't remember one of them, but I know one was Dink Doink. I remember hearing about that. I think CoffeeZilla also has talked about it before, but yeah, Dink Doink.
It's me, Logan Paul. Now I know what you're thinking. Logan, what the f*** are you doing here? I'm doing the same thing as you. Holding my doink. That's what I'm doing. This is a coin I believe in.
He's like, just this really funny meme coin. Dink Doink. It's just real funny to say, And he basically just carried on saying stuff like that. It's just a meme coin. Like, it's gonna be great. I fully support Dink Doink. And he was a heavy supporter and contributor to the rise of Dink Doink. And then it turned out to be a rug pull, because of course it was. If there's two things we know he's good at, is WWE and being involved in shady companies. He really knows how to pick them, that's for sure. Anyway, that's pretty much all I had to say about the situation. If you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe, share with your friends, your enemies, whoever you want really. And yeah, see ya.